How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, that's all I could think of when I wrote this article.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Disney and TikTok, and they're like, man, they're desperately trying to get the kids, the Utes, back because they're doing the Fortnite thing because they heard the kids like that, and they're doing the TikTok thing because they heard the kids like that. And I think part of this honestly has to do with Disney Channel just kind of collapsing. We'll talk about them trying to bring Disney Channel back too.
Well, well, not just that, they're trying to bring Disney Channel back, but one of the things they're doing is this like Coven Academy, which they refer to it as the CW back in its heyday type show. So they're turning Disney Channel into the effing CW 2.0.
From like 10, 20 years ago. Oh yes. My God. Yeah, so let's talk about this because this is supposed to replace, they were going to do vertical content on Disney Plus, right. And now they're just
Verts. Yes, it's Verts again. It's the same thing. So if you remember, back in like January, they announced they were going to do this Verts thing. And then in March, they talked about it. And we talked about it then in a video. And I said then, it's not going to make any sense because they're basically doing that. You only can use the clips that are officially Disney sanctioned clips on the Disney Plus platform, but only in ways they agree to because they brand control. You know, they're not going to let anything brand damaging be on their channel. So they were already very limited on what you could do. And basically it was just, you know, you could quote unquote create things, which you really weren't. You were just using clips of Disney shows to try to spread Disney awareness and within certain parameters. And it was really restrictive. Well, that went about as well as we said it would go. And so now they're like, well, that's not working because that was going to be the TikTok competitor. So now if you can't beat them, you join them. And now they've gone and got a deal with TikTok to do the exact same thing, but let TikTok creators actually use it and do it. And then the ones that they like, they'll put on Disney Plus.
Yeah, so I think this is called, you know, we have to screen this content because we don't want another Elsa Spider-Man
debacle,
debacle
or Maker Studio debacle.
We'll talk about that because we were actually there at Maker. We had another channel before we had this one, and we were involved.
We just came to be grifters.
Oh yeah, we just showed up yesterday to be grifters. Yeah, we actually started doing YouTube in like 2011, I think, back then. But we had another channel. It's no longer active, but we were part of Maker Studios. We saw that thing blow up from the inside, so that was very interesting. But let's talk about Disney trying to appeal to the Utes. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Look for Clownfish TV podcasts and subscribe to Clownfish TV podcasts for podcasts with Clownfish TV. That's my pitch.
It does what it says.
It does what it says. So, yeah, this came up during their Q3 earnings call?
Yes, their Q3 earnings call, yes.
So, you said that they announced the deal, the Verts deal. Now they're going in with TikTok, and CNN has it too. They put a press release out. They said it's the first of its kind deal that will offer TikTok users Disney assets that can be uploaded and shared on both TikTok and Disney Plus. The feature will roll out in the U.S. in the coming months and then expand to other countries if we make sure that nothing lewd happens.
So what they're doing is they're going to have this thing where you can sign up to be part of the ambassador program.
Yeah.
And I hear they said that they're going to feature Verts on Disney Plus. There's an ambassador program that's going to be run by both companies. And it's going to give their top creators. So it's not anybody, not you plebs, the top creators. The TikTok, they're going to try to leverage the big TikTok people. Okay. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to get perks, events, and career development pathways. Except we've heard this all before, and it was called Maker Studios.
Yeah, so let's talk about that briefly because this was, oh my God, this was like I want to say it was like 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. They bought Maker Studios. Disney bought Maker Studios because they wanted it on YouTube. They couldn't buy YouTube, obviously, so they would buy the biggest MCN to try to get the biggest YouTubers, not realizing that a good majority of them were not brand friendly. See also PewDiePie.
Or they figured that they weren't brand friendly, but they owned the studio. They'd have to play ball. And they're not going to do that, which is the rumor was PewDiePie did some of the stuff he did to get a Maker. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I can't specify if that's true or not, but that was what people were saying back then. They thought he was, because he acted really, he was doing some really wild things all of a sudden. And I think it was to try to get Disney to let him get out of Maker, because I don't think they were letting him out.
Yeah, he was the one that basically they couldn't buy PewDiePie, so they bought the network thing. And you know, they had Markiplier in it. And they
I was
had a
going to
bunch.
say Markiplier was on there too.
Yeah, Markiplier was on, and they were trying to cross these guys over into like Disney Channel. They were bringing them into their shows. They were going to do shows with them. And the whole thing imploded because Disney fundamentally does not understand the internet, because they don't understand you can't control the internet and what people post, especially user-generated content, which is why they also didn't buy Twitter. They were talking about buying Twitter at one point because they don't want to be responsible for the user-generated content, because they have to maintain their brand standards and they are control freaks. So the whole thing imploded, and I don't even know what's left of it.
I don't even know if this is going to go well, like this new TikTok thing, because, you know, I think they realized that, you know, you can't manufacture this stuff. The creativity for people that a company is all about creativity. You can't by committee this stuff and make it take off. The stuff that takes off resonates with people. You have to let the creatives do their job and do what they do. You can't manufacture that. They've tried to manufacture it. It does not work. So they decided to go in with TikTok on this. But again, it's going to be, they're not saying it's going to be highly controlled, but what gets presented to both platforms is going to be highly controlled, because Disney's not going to let anything on there unless it's going to benefit them or put them in a good light or, you know, attract a lot of people.
Yeah, because they said in the CNN article, they said basically they'll refresh the content occasionally for subscribers, meaning
whatever's new we want to promote.
Whatever's new we want to promote, and also whatever's most brand friendly. And Disney, I mean, you want to talk about manufacturing virality. Is that the word? I guess, because that's what they've done. Like when we were in the media, the Disney media, they were literally trying to manufacture walls in Disneyland and Disney World, which were a thing that happened because of Instagram. People were taking pictures, you know, naturally taking pictures in front of really cool walls. Well, Disney decided they were going to make their own hashtags, and then they would have merch ready to roll out.
Yeah, and then you know what happened? It killed the whole thing.
It killed the whole thing. It's like because they don't understand.
Well, there was those, you know, memes and stuff about, you know, a brand sees something that's popular and they all try to glom onto it, and they're all like doing the same thing, trying to glom. I mean, hell, Jimothy became popular with the raccoon, and all of a sudden, all the different brands and stuff are starting to do tie-ins with Jimothy because they're trying so hard. I'm not joking. Because they're trying so hard.
Yeah, the Jimothy thing, for those of you who don't know, Jimothy is a deformed raccoon in the Pacific Northwest. And yeah, he's very cute, and it was very cool to see videos with him, whatever. But within like days of him going viral, we had D&D announcing Jimothy. We had Roku announcing Jimothy.
They do have him on Roku. I've seen him.
Yeah, Stardew Valley, I think. I'm waiting for Disney to be like, you know, hey, we're going to make a Pixar movie based on Jimothy, and we're going to own him now.
Yeah, that's right.
Jimothy sounds like Jiminy Cricket, so we're going to court so there's no brand confusion. And you think we're overreacting? Like they totally would do that. They would be like, "Oh, it's Disney's Jimothy, and we own it now." Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna make Jimothy plushes, or we're gonna make Jiminy Cricket, you know, have the same issue that Jimothy. It's like
short spine. An umbrella. He's got a cane or something.
Oh no, but it's like they totally do that. And then why it's so cringy is they try to get into the viral thing, like, because they have to go through their meetings and then the management and all this. So by the time they try to latch on to a trend, the trend is already over. And they really do look like they're trying too hard.
Well, that's what they're doing this, because they figure if they give the assets, they don't know what's going to trend. So they give them the assets, let the TikTokers do what they're going to do. And then from that, whatever trends, that's what they're going to latch on to. And they're going to put it on Disney Plus because it's already trending. And they said flat out that they've found that if you find links of pictures and images and videos, that it helps people go watch that stuff on Disney Plus. It ups their subscriptions.
Yeah. Commercials.
So that's what they're trying. Yes, it's going to be commercials via TikTok. Because they're trying to get to the youths. They're trying to get the new generation. They hey, their fellow kids stuff. That's what they did it with Fortnite. They're doing it with this. All of this was tomorrow's idea, by the way. I mean, like Fortnite was, and I'm sure this was too. So that's what they're trying to do.
Fortnite. Let's do the Fortnite thing.
But it's like, you know, the ones that this would work on, they don't have. I mean, I guess because a lot of people on TikTok would buy whatever, so it was a running joke that you put in TikTok, they buy it. So maybe that's what they're thinking. But a lot of them are going to be like, you know, I don't have any money, so I don't have money to go to Disney for sure. And everybody can't afford Disney.
That's the thing, because it used to be that the Disney Channel, and this is a hole that was kind of left by the Disney Channel, but it used to be that was the funnel. The kids would watch the Disney Channel for free, and you used to have to pay for Disney Channel. Then they started doing ad-supported, which is what they're going back to, by the way. But they would get the kids to basically beg their parents to take them to Disney World. But Disney World also didn't cost as much as it
and there
does
was a lot of
now,
perks
right?
and things that you can't get now.
Yeah.
So, so one of the other things they announced is this, they're talking about their fast. We talked about before that Disney wants to do, or at least I've done articles on it before, that Disney wants to do their own free streaming option, like Tubi, which is ironic because after they did their $71 billion deal with Rupert Murdoch, he used some of the money to go buy Tubi.
Yeah, so that was kind of crazy because Disney could have done the same thing instead of spending however many billions of dollars they spent building the Disney Plus platform from the ground up, and it really isn't anything unique. It's just a paywalled streaming site. They could have bought Tubi for like $500 million and just repurposed it for Disney Plus.
Yeah,
but they didn't. They don't think that way. They're like, well, Netflix.
I remember you even saying, why didn't they just buy Tubi and just use that instead of building? This was back before Disney Plus launched.
Yes.
Like, why didn't they just? Tubi's already out there and it's not doing much. Why don't they just acquire Tubi?
Yeah,
and then
Tubi
turn it into Disney Plus, and then when they didn't do it, then Murdoch picked it up. You're like, he's going to use their own money and go and make a competitor.
And that's what he did. Now he's buying Roku too. So Disney basically paid Fox to compete with him. But yeah, Tubi was looking for a buyer, and we're like, yeah, Tubi's a great platform. It just doesn't really have much. It's like, just buy it and throw the Disney content on it and add a paywall, and that's it. And you've saved hundreds of millions of dollars on R&D because it's already there. The bones are already there. Why build a brand new house, even if you've got to spend a bunch of money to strip a house down to the,
still cheaper.
Scaffolding. So yeah, I used to watch that show. Was it Good Bones?
Yeah, if you have to strip it to the studs, it's still cheaper than building it from the ground up.
Right. If it's salvageable, and that was it. Like Tubi was already there. You're already, 50% of the way there, 60% of the way there. Just throw Disney content on it, do what you got to do. You're going to save money. But they don't think like that. Disney's like, no, we have to do it the Disney way from the ground up. It's like, okay, you do it your way. And that crashed on
but it's
the launch
funny
week.
Because they were like, basically, we're going to be streaming and we're going to beat all these people like Tubi and everything else. And then Tubi and Roku are doing so well with the free that all these streamers are trying to pivot to the free with ads. Now, tomorrow's trying to spin it as, well, we have so many ads and people want to buy our ads that we're doing this because we're going to make a free streamer because we have so many advertisers lined up that it'll pay for itself. And that might be the case. But Roku and Tubi are taking a big cut out of streaming because people are tired of paying more than they were paying for. You cut the cord before because the prices of cable and everything was too high. And now all these streaming services, nickel and diming people, raising prices constantly, have driven that cost even higher than what it was before. So people are going to Roku and Tubi and places that offer free or low cost where you can get like live TV or whatever. They're not paying like for these big streamers like they were. And they're like, so now we better slum it with them. But it's okay, guys. Honest to the investors, we just have so much advertising that we need to do this just so we can place to put it. Bullshit. I'm sure you have a lot of advertisers, but you're doing this because they're eating your lunch. And you're going to, the only way you're going to get more people is if you go free because people aren't paying for it.
Yeah, and again, it boomerangs us right back to Disney Channel because that's what it is, and they're going to use it to advertise all their shit.
But now it's going to be the CW.
It's going to be the CW too, and it's like and then they were going to go all in with OpenAI, and then they pulled the plug on that deal, and it's like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's something else they brought up too about the OpenAI. They were going to do Sora. Well, this deal with TikTok kind of does what they were going to do with the Sora AI. But letting people have the assets, it doesn't generate automatically for you, but it's the same thing. So they lost that deal, and that's what they originally were going to do. You could make it with Sora, that got scrapped. Then we're going to do Verts, and then they realized, well, we don't have the platform, the stuff to do that, or the reach. And if we stifle everyone, they're not going to do it. So now they're like, well, if we can't beat them, join them. Let's just go make a deal with TikTok.
Oh, good luck with that. You cannot control the internet.
Well, the CW going to basically be the Disney Plus is good, or Disney Channel is going to basically be the CW. This is all hey there, fellow kids, the entire way around. Yeah, we're going to call it the DC.
The DC.
Disney Channel.
The Disney Channel.
DC instead of CW.
The dick.
The dick. Disney's going to give you the dick.
Mickey's going to give you some dicky. Come on,
Covenant Academy.
Oh
anyway.
God. Oh God. All right, so we got to wrap it up.
Yes.
There we go, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.